This tutorial is about how to import an existing script. When you build a story from scratch in Causality, you get all this story logic as a natural byproduct of building the story. But when you import a script, all you have is the text, and you have to create the story logic yourself. The first way to import a script is to simply select Import in the File menu. And we'll leave this checkbox off for now. We'll come back to it. Next, you have to break your script up into beats. Right now, every scene is a single snippet that's named after the first action. Sometimes that's correct. Other times, you have to change it. Now, everywhere you feel that the script jumps to another storyline, you right-click and select Split Snippet. And then you give the beat a relevant name. And a faster way to do this is to just place the cursor and press Command or Control-K. And again, we give it a name. Next, you need to set up relevant storylines these beats are part of. Let's first minimize the timeline. We don't need it right now. I'm going to drag in an arc and call it Main Story. Let's create one called Mike's Journey. And let's create one called Miscellaneous. And now I'll start sorting all these beats into storylines, dragging the snippet by the title and dropping it into an arc. Every time I drop, I make sure I'm a little bit to the right of whatever I dropped last. And this sorts the script into storylines. It's straightforward, but it's sometimes difficult to categorize your story, and you might discover story problems. I urge you to not solve problems now. Just do a good enough pass and come back to it later. The second way to import is to have Causality generate all the story logic for you. So this time we'll enable the checkbox. Now each snippet automatically gets a story point. Then you can create additional arcs and start farming story points out. Or you can just leave it as it is and start building additional plot around it and clean it up later. We're just creating new plot around the existing plot and continuing as a rewrite. The biggest problem is that every scene is still just one snippet and one story point. But especially long scenes are likely made out of multiple beats. So you'll still have to go through the script and make some splits. And then name the beats. And drag them over to create story points.